Are you struggling to lose belly fat despite your best efforts? You're not alone, but there might be something blocking your progress that you haven't thought about. In today's video, we're diving into 7 things that could be stopping you from shedding that stubborn belly fat and what you can do to finally break through. 1. Poor sleep. So let's start with something you might not expect: poor sleep. But it's not just about feeling tired the next day. If you're not getting enough quality sleep, it's actually working against your belly fat loss efforts in ways you may not realize. When we don't sleep well, our body's stress response kicks in. We start producing more of the stress hormone cortisol, and this hormone is directly linked to fat storage, especially around the belly area. But here's the thing: when you're sleep deprived, your body craves comfort foods and sugary snacks. That's because your hunger hormones like ghrelin go haywire. Ghrelin is responsible for telling your brain when you're hungry, and when you don't sleep enough, it tells you to eat more, especially those high-calorie, sugary foods. So even if you're eating healthy meals during the day, that late-night craving for something sweet can really throw off your progress. So, what can you do about it? The good news is that getting quality sleep isn't as hard as it might sound. First off, try to aim for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night. But it's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's also the quality. Try to set a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock, so you wake up feeling rested and ready to tackle the day. Another simple trick is to create a bedtime routine that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. Turn off your screens at least an hour before bed. Yes, that includes your phone, laptop, and TV. The blue light from screens can interfere with your melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. Instead, try reading a book, listening to calming music, or doing some light stretching. And don't forget about your sleep environment. Make sure your bedroom is cool, quiet, and dark. A good night's sleep isn't just a luxury, it's essential for burning belly fat. 2. Stress and cortisol. Now let's talk about stress. I know we all experience stress from time to time, but it's not just about feeling anxious or overwhelmed. When stress becomes chronic, it can wreak havoc on your belly fat loss efforts. The main culprit here is cortisol, which is often called the stress hormone. When you're stressed out, your body releases more cortisol, and guess what? That hormone is linked directly to the accumulation of fat around your belly. So how do you tackle this? The first step is acknowledging that stress management is just as important as your diet and exercise routine. You can't eliminate stress completely, but you can reduce its impact. Simple practices like deep breathing exercises, yoga, or meditation can significantly lower cortisol levels and help your body switch from fight or flight mode to a state of relaxation. But there's more you can do. Getting regular physical activity is a great way to reduce stress naturally. Even something as simple as a 20-minute walk in nature can help lower cortisol. Exercise also helps release endorphins, those feel-good hormones that combat stress and boost your mood. And don't forget about social support. Spending time with friends and family, or even just talking with someone you trust, can also lower stress and keep cortisol in check. If you are finding this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more health tips. Share your progress in the comments. I love hearing from you. 3. Dieting mistakes. You might think dieting is all about cutting calories, but here's the truth. Not all diets are created equal. In fact, some dieting habits could be blocking your progress and actually preventing you from losing belly fat. For instance, cutting calories too drastically can backfire. While it might seem like a quick fix, it can actually slow down your metabolism and make your body cling to fat instead of burning it. So, what can you do instead? Rather than slashing your calorie intake dramatically, focus on eating more whole, nutrient-dense foods. Think lean proteins, healthy fats, complex carbs, and lots of fiber. These foods not only help fuel your body but also keep your metabolism high. Proteins like chicken, turkey, or tofu boost metabolism, help maintain muscle mass, and keep you feeling fuller longer. Healthy fats from sources like avocado, olive oil, or nuts are also essential. They support fat loss, help keep you satisfied, and regulate your hormones. 4. Inactivity. Now let's talk about inactivity. You could be eating right and even managing stress well, but if you're not moving your body, you're still making it harder to lose belly fat. But here's the thing. Being sedentary isn't just about not exercising. It's about sitting for long periods of time, not incorporating movement into your day, and assuming that your gym session is the only time you need to move. But in reality, you need movement throughout the day to really tackle belly fat. So how do you tackle this? The solution doesn't lie in spending hours at the gym every day. It's about increasing your overall movement throughout the day. Start by incorporating small changes into your routine. For example, if you work a desk job, try standing up every 30 to 45 minutes. You don't need to do anything extreme, just a few minutes of walking around or stretching will get your blood flowing and help boost your metabolism. But here's the secret. It's all about consistency. You don't have to kill yourself with long workout sessions. Instead, focus on building activity into your day. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, walk or bike to run errands, or do some squats while you're waiting for your coffee to brew. Even activities like gardening, playing with your dog, or cleaning the house can get you moving and help burn those extra calories. Another powerful option is adding in regular exercise, particularly strength training and high-intensity interval training, HIIT. Strength training builds muscle, and the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. HIIT, on the other hand, is fantastic for burning fat. Short bursts of intense exercise followed by short rest periods can boost your metabolism for hours after your workout, helping you burn more belly fat even when you're not exercising. 5. Hidden sugars. You might already know that sugary foods like candy, cookies, or soda can contribute to weight gain, but here's the problem. Hidden sugars are everywhere, and they might be sabotaging your belly fat loss without you even realizing it. You could be drinking a seemingly healthy smoothie or eating a low-fat yogurt, thinking you're making the right choices, but the sugar content could be sky high. So how do you deal with hidden sugars? First, start reading labels more carefully. You'd be surprised at where sugar is hiding. Even foods that seem healthy, like salad dressings, protein bars, or fruit juices, can be packed with sugar. Look for ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, or even natural sugars like agave or maple syrup, which still act the same way in your body. But here's a simple way to keep sugar in check. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods. Fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains are your best friends when trying to burn belly fat. They don't contain added sugars and give your body the nutrients it needs without spiking your insulin levels. Another tip is to choose natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit, which have little to no impact on blood sugar levels. If you need a little sweetness in your coffee or tea, these are great alternatives to sugar-laden options. And when it comes to drinks, be cautious about so-called health drinks. Fruit juices, flavored water, and even many coffee drinks are loaded with hidden sugars. Instead, stick to water, herbal teas, or coffee with minimal additives to avoid the hidden sugar trap. 6. Hormonal imbalance. Let's talk about something that might not be on your radar. Hormonal imbalances. You're doing everything right, eating healthy, exercising, managing stress, and yet that stubborn belly fat just won't budge. It could be that your hormones are out of sync, and this is something many people overlook when trying to lose belly fat. Hormones control so much of what happens in our body, and when they're not working properly, it can be almost impossible to lose belly fat, no matter how hard you try. So, what can you do if you suspect a hormonal imbalance? First and foremost, if you think your hormones might be out of whack, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor. Blood tests can give you insight into your hormone levels and help determine if there's an underlying issue like insulin resistance, thyroid problems, or adrenal dysfunction. But there are some lifestyle changes you can make to help support healthy hormone balance. One of the most important is to focus on stabilizing your blood sugar. Eating balanced meals with protein, fiber, and healthy fats will keep your insulin levels steady, which can help prevent fat storage and support weight loss. And try to avoid sugar spikes and crashes by limiting refined carbs and sugary foods, which cause insulin levels to fluctuate wildly. Additionally, managing your stress is crucial for balancing cortisol. We already talked about ways to reduce stress, but it's worth repeating. Incorporating daily relaxation practices like yoga, deep breathing, and even taking short breaks throughout the day can significantly lower cortisol levels. Physical activity is another powerful tool for balancing hormones. Exercise, especially strength training and HIIT, can improve insulin sensitivity and help regulate thyroid function. And don't forget about sleep. Hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which control hunger and satiety, are deeply affected by sleep. Getting a good night's rest can help keep these hormones in check, making it easier to avoid overeating and cravings that contribute to belly fat. 7. Not enough protein. You might not be thinking about protein when it comes to losing belly fat, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful tools in your weight loss arsenal. But here's the problem. Many people aren't eating enough protein, and that's a huge mistake. Protein is often overlooked in favor of carbs or fats, but without enough protein, you're making it harder to lose belly fat and keep the weight off. But why does protein matter so much? Well, protein is essential for building and repairing muscle, and the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even when you're not exercising. Muscle is metabolically active, meaning it burns more calories at rest compared to fat tissue. So, without enough protein, you risk losing muscle mass, which slows down your metabolism and makes it harder to burn fat, especially belly fat. So how much protein do you need? A general guideline is to aim for about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, depending on your activity level and goals. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, try to consume 120 to 150 grams of protein spread throughout the day. This might seem like a lot, but don't worry, it's easier than you think. Here's how you can start increasing your protein intake without feeling overwhelmed. Start your day with protein. Make sure your breakfast includes a good source of protein. Think eggs, Greek yogurt, or protein smoothies. Snacks. Instead of reaching for chips or sweets, choose protein-packed snacks like nuts, seeds, or cottage cheese. Incorporate lean meats. Chicken, turkey, lean beef, or fish are excellent sources of protein that can keep you feeling full and satisfied. Plant-based options. If you're vegetarian or vegan, there are plenty of plant-based protein options like tofu, lentils, chickpeas, quinoa, and edamame. And don't forget about protein at dinner. A well-balanced meal with protein, fiber, and healthy fats will keep you satisfied and prevent nighttime cravings that can lead to overeating. One more thing to consider. Protein is also incredibly important for muscle recovery, especially if you're incorporating strength training or high-intensity workouts into your routine. After a workout, consuming protein within 30 minutes helps repair muscle tissue, build lean muscle mass, and boost your metabolism even more. Here are 2 bonus extra tips that can help you lose belly fat even faster and make a significant difference in your journey. Extra tip 1. Drink apple cider vinegar daily. You've probably heard that apple cider vinegar, ACV, can do wonders for your health, but what about for belly fat? Here's the truth. ACV might just be the secret weapon you need to kickstart your fat loss journey. Drinking apple cider vinegar daily is a simple habit that can help regulate blood sugar, improve digestion, and even burn belly fat, especially when combined with a healthy diet and exercise routine. How to use it. So, how can you use ACV to help with belly fat loss? It's simple. Just mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water and drink it before your meals. You can do this once or twice a day, ideally 1 hour before breakfast and dinner. But here's the catch. Don't drink it straight. The acidity of ACV can harm your teeth enamel, so always dilute it with water. Also, you should drink with a straw to protect your teeth. If the taste is too strong for you, try adding a little honey or cinnamon to make it more palatable. Extra tip 2. Fasting. I know, it sounds intense, but bear with me. Intermittent fasting has become a popular trend in the health and fitness community, and for good reason. Fasting can help you lose belly fat by improving metabolism, increasing fat burning, and promoting fat loss, especially when combined with a healthy eating pattern. But why is fasting so effective for belly fat loss? Well, when you fast, your body enters a state called ketosis, where it burns fat for energy instead of relying on glucose from food. This process helps to target belly fat specifically. Additionally, fasting reduces insulin levels and increases human growth hormone HGH production, both of which support fat burning and muscle maintenance. So how do you start fasting? A common and manageable approach is the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window. For example, you could eat from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and fast from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day. During the fasting window, you can drink water, herbal teas, or black coffee. Just avoid any calories. If 16 hours feels too long at first, start with 12-hour fasts and gradually increase the duration as your body adjusts. But fasting doesn't just help with belly fat, it can improve your overall health too. Intermittent fasting has been shown to enhance brain function, increase energy levels, and reduce inflammation. It can also boost your metabolism by encouraging the body to burn fat for energy rather than storing it. Plus, studies suggest that intermittent fasting may improve longevity by reducing the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. That said, fasting isn't for everyone, and it's important to listen to your body. If you feel dizzy, fatigued, or overly hungry, intermittent fasting might not be the right approach for you. It's essential to stay hydrated during fasting periods and eat balanced, nutritious meals during your eating windows to ensure you're still getting the nutrients you need. Speak to your doctor before starting a fasting routine. Thanks for watching. Watch this next video for more health tips.